Good afternoon, guys. Thanks for joining me on day 3 of quarantine. We went out today and got groceries and bedding for the horse and checked in with a couple. I see you over there. You told me you were going to be good. Anyhow, we went and checked some of the supply stores to see if they were open because I have a couple concerns that are actually worse than living with roots, and I'll get to that in a second. But what I did want to go over, I have 10 minutes, so it's just a 10-minute video. I am offering gift certificates for future appointments at 10% off. Hello, Tina, how are you? Tell me how I'm doing in here, so give me some feedback. I am offering gift certificates for future services at 10% off, so that's an awesome deal, right? I am actually going to be sending you a paper gift certificate. I can take a credit card via Square over the phone, and yeah, so I think that's a good deal. I have a couple to send out, so I'm optimistic about that. Product deliveries in exchange for cans of food for Feed the Creek. So I have some product coming. I have some root coverage options coming. You promised me you'd be good. Go snuggle daddy. Okay. And then I also have been talking with some of my friends in the industry, and I think I have come up with some safe options for professional root touch-up options. I can't really go into detail about what that's going to be, but if you're interested, call me at 937-657-1976. This is for my existing clients only, and I might be able to give you some details if you're not an existing client of some things that I could suggest. One of the things I want to mention, there's naked baby. One of the things I want to mention about us going out today.
Come here, Sophia.
Hey Kim, how are you? One of the things I want to mention about us going out today, grocery shopping, my husband is a lot more concerned, probably than I should be, about going out in public. And probably something that you didn't think about, I think a lot of people have, is make sure that you're keeping your hair up when you go out in public, especially if you have long hair.
Sophia,
I love
come
you.
here, honey.
Anyhow,
Sweetheart.
I don't care if you're back there, just give me a second, okay? Anyhow, make sure you're keeping your hair up when you're out. When we, I need you to be really silent though, okay? Thank you. When I was out, I was standing in line at Kroger's and I heard somebody behind me. Hey Kim, how are you? I heard somebody behind me cough, and I looked at my husband and went, oh my God. And I was like, I felt like it went in my hair, but my hair was up. So something to think about while you're out. It could, make or break the situation. Something also I want to talk about is how I'm going about scheduling people. I was so overwhelmed on Wednesday night when we got sent home, and I literally sobbed all the way home. And hello. And let me see where I'm at on my timer here. Anyhow, stop. I need you. Will you go find daddy, please? Go snuggle. Anyhow, I was so overwhelmed on Wednesday night that I really couldn't even put together what scheduling was going to look like. So what I'm doing is, your Under Armour gloves to the store. I saw people do that. You should wear your mask that you took a picture in the other day. That would keep everybody away from you by 6 feet at least. But anyhow, she has this really cool face mask that looks like a skeleton. Anyhow, I was so overwhelmed, and what I'm doing is I'm going through my book in order. So I'm going down Thursday, calling those clients, rescheduling them, going down Friday, calling those clients, rescheduling them. I am going by what Colorado is doing right now, which is calling out April 30th as the back to date. So right now that leaves May 1st as the Friday that I would be going back to work. So I am going in order to keep it fair. And then I'm marking it down on a list. And if we end up going back earlier, then I can go right down. Hey Brenda, how are you? I can go through that list and go back and make sure that the first people that were canceled are the first ones that get back in. My plan is to keep all of May's existing appointments still in there and then work 3 extra days a week to get the rest of everybody in. One of the things I also want to do too is normally I book like 30 minutes for a partial foil application or a color application, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a full 45 minutes because I think the sanitation practices that we were all doing before we left are going to remain important as we move forward from now on. Does anybody disagree with that? So I think that that will be important. So I'm actually not only taking on a bigger room that will be a lot more relaxing, but I'm also going to be taking a little bit more time, and this is at no cost increase to anybody else. This is really about my stress level and my comfort zone. And as long as you guys are comfortable, then I'm comfortable too. So something I want to touch base on, I have 3 minutes left here, is there's something honestly more important going on here than keeping our roots covered. And most of you know that I specialize, hey Christina, how are you? Most of you know that I specialize in education on hair loss, and that is my number one at the top of my list priority of what needs to come before your roots being covered. I am very specifically prone to being stressed out, and my first symptom of it all the time is always hair loss for me. That's been the story of my life. I get stressed out, I start losing hair. So when it comes to stress and hair loss, what I want you to do is I want you to fact check anything that you read about stress and hair loss on philipkingsley.com. They are trichologists up in New York that specialize in the health of the scalp and the hair. And they do it from a medical and scientific side, not from a, ooh, hey, take some sugar bear vitamins and they'll grow your hair out. My go-to supplement, and always has been, is Viviscal. I went to the supply store today to hunt some down because that's the first thing that I want to do to guard my own hair, and they were closed. They're usually open. So that worries me a little bit, but I do have some suppliers that carry Viviscal that I'm going to check with on Monday. I have a text into a couple of them right now, but be careful of buying these on Amazon and be careful of buying these on Groupon because they're not always professional. There are knockoffs out there. But that is the only thing that as soon as you start taking it will halt the shedding. So with a minute and a half left, how do you know whether you're breaking off or whether you're shedding out of your head? Here's what I want you to do. If you are anyone that is a medium brown or darker, thank you very much, you're awesome. If you are somebody that is a medium brown or darker, I want you to flip your head upside down in your white shower, in your tub, and I want you to brush it upside down. If you have a ton of short hairs that are coming out, then your problem is breakage, and most often that's heat damage. So I have some masks that can help with that. I do product delivery, again, in exchange for cans of food for Feed the Creek. If you have more long hairs than short hairs, hey Christina, how are you? If you have more long hairs than short hairs, then your problem is shedding. Does that make sense? So if you're a blonde, what I would suggest that you did is take a dark towel, like a dark brown, dark navy, dark black, black is of course dark, and put that in the tub and then brush your hair over top of it. And if you have little short hairs that are breaking off, then obviously you need to do a mask, and this is the perfect time to do that. If you have a ton of long hairs, then Viviscal is something that we should be looking at. Hey Jen, how are you? I hope your ear's doing good. I only have 10 seconds left here, so hey Heather, how are you? Please go back and watch this video if you haven't. There's a lot of great information on there. Thank you for all your support. Have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.